Welcome to the Jared Bay Insider. It is a big day for hole 66. We have engineers here, we have designers here, we have mechanics here, we have the crane here, we have engines here. It is engine install day. Hole 66. It's a 67-foot long boat. Beam is 19.6. Total displacement, all said and done, is going to be in the neighborhood of 80,000 pounds. Placement of the motors inside the boat is a critical operation. There are a lot of different motor options, both in manufacture and in size, and their mount placements vary, not only in depth, but also in length. So all of that has to be known before we start putting the boat together, and that was a long time ago for this hull, maybe 16, 18 months ago. As you can see, they're large. Space is an important thing. They're also very heavy. They'll weigh in somewhere around 10,000 pounds. There's two of them. That's a lot of weight. If the weight in the boat is too far forward, the boat runs bow down and does what we call plows. The performance suffers terribly if that's the case, and it's a disaster. If the motors are placed too far aft in the boat, the shaft angle is too great and performance suffers. You can see there's a fine balance between those two extremes. A lot of what makes it work is experience, careful engineering, and attention to detail. It is important to get those motors on the right side because the shafts turn in opposite directions. Frankly, we've cheated because we've already put them in once, got them perfectly aligned, marked the holes, and that's why the motor mounts are already there. They didn't magically grow there. There was a lot of work to get to this point. Now they're going to drop them in and they'll be essentially secure on those pads. After this, we've got a number of other pieces of equipment to put in this boat. We're hoping for a grand slam today. 2 motors, 2 generators, 2 gyros, the salon floor, and the cabin. We have designers, we have mechanics, and we have a crane operator, and they all have to work together pretty much like a basketball team to make all of this work. Slinging that much weight overhead, all of the things that are going on, it could get dangerous if it got out of hand. These people have to be able to communicate well together. This team has worked together for a long time, so things are going really smoothly, and that's the way we like them. We're in the engine room between a couple of Cat C32A engines. They're 1,900 horsepower each, which is dangerously close to 4,000 horsepower. This is going to be fun. We've talked about the placement of the motors for all the various things. The truth is, the boat is largely designed around these, and they are designed around these specific motors. There's a little wiggle room, there's a little room for some change out, but the fact is, where the bulkheads are, where the air boxes are, where the equipment boxes are all around it, is designed around these motors. With all the major equipment pieces set into the boat, the next step is to set the salon floor. You can see the guys are prepping the surfaces, doing some last minute adjustments, making sure everything sits down just perfectly. And then we have a bunch of tubes of Pro-Set epoxy. They'll shoot that on all of the contact surfaces, lower it down, probably have to throw some sandbags on it to get everything to relax into place. Once the salon floor is securely glued into place, we'll set the cabin onto the boat. That's the last step of that operation, and then we move back into the shop to resume our normal business. We're in the high bay beside the 84-foot reel development. As you can see, it's been a little while since we've taken a peek at this guy. There's some pretty notable changes, such as the tower and the outriggers. There's so much more going on inside, I can't even begin to name it all. We're gonna take a look at it later. Thanks again for joining us for this episode. We'll catch you next time.